In this video, I will share some cool tricks on how to stay on your release schedule even if you don't have enough songs, as well as how to pitch your song to editorial playlist properly. A 4 to 6 week release schedule is super important if you're looking to build a solid fan base, trigger Spotify algorithms, and be considered for editorial playlists. But what if you don't have enough songs and getting to the studio is just not an option? I have perfect workarounds for you. This will be a part 1 on a step-by-step series on how to build a successful music career in just 700 days. Releasing your music consistently will help you get the attention of Spotify editorial playlist, and algorithms will love it as well. If you're a brand new artist just starting to release music, or an established artist trying to learn new tricks on how to release your songs and get on schedule, this video is for you. Release songs every 4 to 6 weeks. This is something you have probably heard before many times, but how can you actually do that? How is it possible for an indie artist without a major label budget to release so much music consistently? What if you have limited access to the studio or just don't have enough material to release? I have a few very helpful tips on how you can keep the release schedule consistent without breaking the bank. Let's start with how often you should actually release your music. The industry standard is 4 to 6 weeks. There are 100 weeks in 700 days, so all you need is 16 songs to release, which doesn't seem like a lot in 2 years. You're probably looking at famous artists who release songs once a year or so and probably saying to yourself, I should do what they're doing. The answer is don't. Famous artists have built a fan base, and everything they put on will be supported by editorial playlists, PRs, labels, and of course their fans. When you're just starting out, you can't compare yourself to your favorites, but as you grow, everything will start getting much easier. Rapper Russ released 52 songs in a year before he became famous. It's 1 song per week, but sometimes that's what it takes to get noticed. Why release songs every 4 to 6 weeks? Well, it gives Spotify and Apple Music algorithms enough time to place your song in front of different audiences, test out which audience will respond best, and it also gives you enough time to promote your song and prepare for a new release. When you're pitching your song to editorial playlists, it's always best to give Spotify curators at least 4 weeks to listen to your song and decide which playlist it can be added to. How do you properly pitch your song to Spotify? It's much simpler than you think, but there are a few tricks that you should use. You will need to fill out a basic information: where you're from, where you currently live, select the song mode and instruments used, the language, and other information. But when you get to the description page, keep it short and simple. Remember, 100,000 songs being released to Spotify every single day. Think of it as the elevator pitch. Make sure your description is straight to the point and the information you provide is accurate. Spotify playlist editors will read your description and listen to your song to see if it fits, but it will go through AI moderation first before it lands in the editorial curator's inbox. AI will check the genre, description, and will also verify your data. If everything checks out, your song will be considered for Spotify editorial playlist. Now, what if you don't have enough songs to release and keep up with 4 to 6 week release schedule, and going back to the studio to write, record, and produce more songs is just not an option? There are a few workarounds. Covers. You can always release cover songs and do it absolutely legally. I uploaded a video about how to release cover songs legally and what is the best approach in doing so. I will put the link in the description so you can watch it if you need guidance. Release an acoustic or stripped version of your song. I'm a big advocate of releasing acoustic versions because you will get a chance to reach a brand new audience and might be able to get an editorial playlist that you otherwise would not be considered for. Another option is remixes. Same as the acoustic version, it will expose your music to a brand new audience, and you will also be able to tap into audiences of DJs who remixed your songs, especially if they agree to be added as primary artist on your track. Primary means that there are multiple artists on the same song on Spotify or Apple, and it will appear on both artists' profile, which will allow you to reach both audiences. So how do you get DJs to remix your song? Easy. Reach out to them. Many times DJs will do remixes for a very small fee or even free of charge if they like your song. I'm not saying go to someone like Rehab or Skrillex unless you're ready to buy them a house. Look at someone your own size or a little bigger. The best way is to start searching EDM artists and DJs on Instagram or TikTok and straight out DM them if you like their sound. You can also run a remix contest on your socials and offer cash prize for the best one. This way you will get multiple remixes to choose from. Once you get your remix done, make sure you sign all necessary paperwork. Do not, and again, do not release anything unless you have an agreement in place, even if it's a basic one you found online. In the beginning, everything might seem great, but things change, especially when success comes along. A great example of a remix blowing up a song would be Peel and Ibiza. The remix took an average song to the top of the charts, so it's always a good idea to consider. Once you have your song ready to go, upload it to your distributor and submit it to the editors for review. Do not set the release date prior to 4 weeks. I would suggest 6 weeks for the best chances to get editorial support. Remember, there's 100,000 songs being uploaded and pitched all the time, so give curators enough time to listen to your song. And here's our video for today: how to keep up with 4 to 6 week release schedule and do it efficiently. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email and I will help you out as much as I can. I left my email in the description below. I'm doing my best to release 2 to 3 videos per week. So make sure to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and stay tuned for more content. God bless.